Are you going to continue your education in Norway? It's one of the best options and you have made the right choice. You have also clicked on the right video to learn about the Norway Student Visa. Watch this video till the end to find answers to all of your questions. Hey everyone, I'm Behnam from the Visa Library. This channel gives visa information and the latest news and updates. First things first, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell and download the free cheat sheet my team has prepared from the link in the description. You should also follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get the latest visa news and updates. Now, let's begin. First, let me ask you this question. Do you need a student visa to study in Norway? The answer to this question is up to your nationality and your course duration. Let me explain it this way. Some countries do not need a visa to enter Norway for the short term. Countries like EU and EEA members, the US, Japan, South Korea, Israel, Brazil and other ones. If you're a national of these countries and you have a passport from one of them and your course duration is up to 90 days, you do not need a visa. If your course is longer than 90 days, the EU nationals do not need a residence permit and just need to register their stay with the police or immigration officials. But the non-EU nationals need a visa and residence permit. They have to apply to immigration officials to receive it before they enter Norway. The non-EU countries that are not among the visa-waived countries need a student visa and a study permit, and the duration of a stay doesn't matter. You can find the list of the short stay visa waived countries from the Visa Library article from the link in the description. Alright then, if you need a student visa, how should you apply for it? Stay a bit longer to find out. The first step is to get admission to a Norwegian university or college. Search for the list of Norwegian universities and colleges. These are the most famous and top-ranked ones. University of Oslo, University of Bergen, Norwegian University of Science and Technology, UiT, the Architect University of Norway, University of Stavanger, Norwegian University of Life Sciences, NHH, Norwegian University of Economics, Western Norway University of Applied Sciences. Remember an essential point before you pick the university or college. The center you choose must be on the Norwegian Agency for Quality Assurance in Education list of approved universities, university colleges, or specialized university institutions. The center you apply for must be on this list so you can get a visa and a study permit. Are you wondering where to find this list? You can get it from the link in the description. Visit the university or college's website. Determine if they offer the program you want and what the admission requirements are. Language requirements, educational degree, transcripts, tuition, registration fee, SOP or a statement of purpose, sample of writing, and everything that is written on their website. Try to fulfill the requirements and apply to the university. Then you must wait for a response from the university. If they reject your application, you will receive a letter that explains the reason for rejection. It's often a sample letter and is sent automatically. If the university approves your application, you will receive a letter of admission or an offer letter. Now you can apply for a study permit or a student visa. The way you apply for a student visa might be a bit different as there are various options to study in Norway. 1. University college or university. 2. Upper secondary school. 4. Vocational school. 5. Folk high school. 6. Religion or belief-based school. 7. University summer school. 8. Additional education for your education to be recognized in Norway. There is a section for each item I mentioned on the Directorate of Immigration website or UDI. This is the website you apply for a student visa. After you get the admission letter, you have to prepare the supporting documents. The documents are up to the place you will be studying. There are 8 options I introduced a bit earlier, but this is a list of supporting documents to study at a university or college. Number 1 is application fee. You have to pay 5,900 Norwegian krone or $594 for a study permit or applications over the age of 18. You have to pay it online with your credit or debit card while completing the application form on UDI website. You might be able to pay the fee to the Norwegian Embassy or Visa Center as well. It's up to your case and nationality. Number 2 is your admission letter. You have to submit a copy of the admission letter that you received from the Norwegian university or college. The course must be full-time and part-time courses are not approved for international students. It must be on the university or college heading and explain the details of your course and your admission, the subject, entrance date, tuition, place you will study, thesis or course based, and everything. Number 3, proof of having enough funds to cover your expenses. You must have enough money to live on while you stay in Norway. You need at least 128,887 Norwegian crown or 12,978 US dollar for every year of your stay in Norway. If you're going to be studied for only one semester in Norway, you must have 58,585 Norwegian krone for the fall semester and 70,000 Norwegian krone for the spring semester. You can prove your financial independence in various ways: student loans, grants, your own funds, or a combination of the mentioned options. The fund must be in Norwegian bank account or the deposit account of the educational institutions or in a bank account in your home country. If you do not have a bank account in Norway, you may use the bank account at the institutions where you are going to study. You must contact the institution where you are going to study for any details regarding this arrangement. Number 4 is receipt of paid tuition or proof of having funds for your tuition. If you have to pay tuition fees, you must also have enough money to cover this. If you have paid tuition, submit the receipt in your application. Number 5, proof of accommodation. Make it clear where will you stay during your studies. If you will stay in a dormitory, submit the reservation proof or evidence of a rental agreement. Number 6, ties or proof of returning to your home country. Your home country's circumstances must indicate that you can return to your home country when you have completed your studies. You can submit proof of financial ties or discuss emotional ties in your home country in your application. Number 7 is residence permit. If you're not applying from your home country, you must submit proof of residency in the foreign country you're living in. Number 8 is personal documents. Your birth certificate and marriage certificate are needed if you're married. If you're under 18 years old, the consent application for a residence permit for children or minors to study in Norway form is needed. You can get it from the UDI website. Your parents or legal guardians must complete and sign this form. Alternatively, they might write a statement consenting to you studying in Norway and sign it. A copy of your parents' or legal guardians' passports is also needed. If only one parent has custody of the child, a document from the relevant public authority confirming it is needed. If one of the parents has passed away, his or her death certificate is needed as well. Number 9 is the printed checklist of the required documents. When you complete the application form on the UDI website, there is a checklist of documents that you must gather. You need to print this checklist from the website and submit it along with the rest of the documents. You have to write your name, write the current dates, and sign it as well. Remember one point. You can find this checklist from the link in the description. Remember these points when you gather the supporting documents. You must submit the original documents along with the copies of them. Your documents must be either in English or Norwegian. If not, submit a translation of them along with the original ones. A licensed translator must do the translation. You may have to legalize some of your documents through an apostille stamp, such as civil documents. Some embassies may ask for additional documents depending on your country and your specific situation. After you gather the documents, you must create an account on the UDI website and complete the application form. If you already have an account, you can enter by inserting your email and password. You can get the application form from the link in the description. When you want to enter your account or create a new account, the UDI website tells you where to submit your application and documents. You have to schedule a meeting with the embassy, consulate, or visa center written on the UDI website and visit them. They offer you a place by your nationality and country of residence. There is a link to their website to find contact details and book a meeting with them. Visit the center on the booked date and bring all the gathered supporting documents to the meeting. Also, you have to submit your biometrics, digital photo, and fingerprints. The center guides you to complete this step. The center or embassy sends the application to the UDI for processing and take the necessary step. It takes time until the UDI processes your application and decides on it. If they reject your application, they will send a letter and explain the reason. You can work on these reasons, remove them, and apply again. If the decision on your application is positive, the UDI informs you to receive your visa label on your passport. You cannot enter Norway until your application has been processed. If you're from a country that typically needs a Norwegian visa, then the UDI will issue an entry visa for you. You can get it at the embassy or visa application center and use it to travel to Norway. If you're from a country that doesn't require you to have a Norwegian visa before traveling, then you can simply enter Norway within the deadline. The embassy or center guides you on this. You have permission to work for 20 hours per week and do remote work as well. Remember that you cannot be self-employed or run a business while you are in Norway as an international student. Your visa is often valid for the duration of your stay, but you can extend it to continue and finish your education. To renew your student visa, you have to start an online application on the Directorate of Immigration (UDI) website. You have to use the same account as when you initially applied for a student visa. So save your email and password somewhere you have access to. You'd better have a backup of your information as well. Remember that you have to renew your residence permit 3 months before your residence permit is scheduled to expire. You also have to book an appointment with the local police department where you will have to submit the required documents. It could take a few weeks to set up a meeting with the police. This is why you would better apply 3 months in advance. To renew your student visa, you mustn't be behind your studies. If you want to bring your family to Norway, you can do it through Norway Family Visa. It's a separate application and you have to start it from the UDI website and complete the online application form. The link is in the description. You have to gather the documents, pay the fees, and visit the Norwegian embassy or visa center to submit the documents. This is a list of documents you have to submit. First are the requirements for both the student visa holder and the family visa applicant. 1. Your marriage or partnership must have been valid. 2. You must have plans to live together in Norway. 3. You mustn't have been forced to marry. 4. Your marriage mustn't be a pro forma marriage or marriage of convenience. 5. You must be at least 24 years old. Then comes the requirements for the family visa applicant. 1. You must pay the application fee. 2. You must submit the documents of your identity. If you have a valid passport, this is usually a valid proof of identity. 3. You mustn't be subject to a prohibition against entry to Norway or Schengen area. Then comes the requirements for the reference person or the person who has received the student visa. 1. You must have or have applied for a residence permit as a student at a university or college in Norway. 2. You must have at least 1 year left of your studies in Norway. 3. You must have an income of at least 300,000 Norwegian krone per year pre-tax. This can be income from employment, loans or grants received in connection with their studies, and money that you or the applicant has in their bank account. You cannot have received financial assistance from NAV, the Norwegian Labour and Welfare Organization, during the last 12 months. There are other documents if you want to bring your partner and children until under 18 years old. The UDI website tells you all of them. You can find more information about the Norway Family Visa from Visa Library article as well. There is another point you should know. If you stay in Norway for longer than a year as an international student, you can enroll under National Insurance Scheme. If your studies or your student residence permit is less than a year, you should get private international health insurance. There are various insurance health companies in Norway where you can purchase insurance from one of them. Alright then, this is all you should know about Norway student visa. If you have questions, write them down in the comment section. The Visa Library team will answer them. Before you leave, like this video, hit the bell and download the free PDF file my team has prepared from the link in the description. You should also follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get the latest visa news and updates. Until next video, thank you all for watching.